you also see his relationship with Jim will start to evolve. You really see Jake becoming a young man this season and him stepping up to bigger roles and stepping up to the plate.
I kind of think Jake's been growing up every season. It's like
Yeah.
he's always been going through challenges, if not with his love life, with his
Hmm.
family life. He's always had to step up. Do
Yeah.
you see it that way, or is it, something different?
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. I definitely feel like that's also what they're trying to show because the show is called The Shot. Kids in Chicago, they often have to grow up very fast. So I definitely feel like that's what has been going on with Jake every season. He's been having to grow up faster than he has to.
Now, besides the script that you get per season, per episode, how else do you relate with Jake?
Um, I tell people there's a lot. It's really not hard for me to find a connection and get into Jake, because me myself, I'm from Chicago. I know a lot of Jakes. I grew up around a lot of Jakes, and me and Jake is kind of similar in a lot of ways. So, it's like kind of playing myself in a way.
And you've been working with this cast for a long time. It's
Yeah.
family, obviously. It's especially for cable to go
Hmm.
5 seasons. It's not, I won't say unheard of, but it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of passion from the networks to keep it going. All
Hmm.
to the credit of you guys, as well as Lena Waithe and the rest of the people behind the scenes. How has it been like these 5 years?
It's been great, man. First of all, it's a blessing for us to even be going on this long. Some shows don't even make it past season 3. So for us to be on season 5, hopefully it's season 6, it's great. It's a blessing. It's everybody on set is amazing. Like you said, it's like a family. It's good vibes on set. Every time we come in to work, we get the job done. We laughing, we cracking jokes. It's amazing.
Is there anybody you connect with once the shooting is stopped? Like you guys hang out?
Yeah, I hang out with a lot of people from the cast, or majority of the cast, because sometimes we get together for events like watch parties, or we a few of us we'll go out, like the ones that do live here in Chicago. When we're done filming, we they have us come out to events like we recently just did the High Park Fest, and like December we did Big Jam, so we definitely connect and kick it outside of set.
Mhm. And then as I watch the show, and I've seen, the good thing about the show is that they give everybody a scene and a scene partner for them to grow. Whether it's Yolanda, whether it's you, whether it's Curtis, you have these moments. And throughout the seasons, you've been having some moments. Is there any particular scene that you felt was special to you in the 5 seasons so far, or have we seen it yet?
No, you haven't seen it yet. Actually, it's this season. This season I really had to challenge my inner emotions. I really had to get deep in. Because this season you see emotions that you've never seen from Jake before. You really see him sad. Usually you see him mad or happy, but this season you actually get to see you actually see a little hurt in Jake. Him you get to see him go back to what I was saying, how he's matured a lot and he has a lot on his plate for his age. So I can't wait for y'all to see that.
Not only has he matured, but you as well. When you're working on this show and you're dealing with different directors, you're learning constantly how to grow as an actor.
Hmm.
Like you just mentioned now, we're about to see Jake sad. Was that a new experience for you as an actor as far as displaying that sort of emotion?
Acting wise, it was because, like I said, I haven't really been getting. I didn't have really. I didn't have scenes like that the previous season, so it's like it was kind of a challenge this year. So
Mhm.
yeah.
You've worked opposite Luke, you've worked opposite Curtis and other
Mhm.
guys in there. Each one bounces off the other. Um, what have you learned from the others castmates who've had more experience than you? Is that something that like when you're working with them, you're bouncing, their techniques off you and so forth, or you're just kind of like equal when you're on the set?
No, I definitely feed off their energy, or before the scenes. Like when I have scenes with Luke, he pulled me to the side. We talk about the scene. He dropping advice. He's dropping gems on me to help me perfect my craft and better it. So I definitely learn from them while filming.
Mhm. And then, because the show's gone on for so long, you've got a following. Everyone has
Mhm.
an audience. Have you been tapping into your social media as far as what people have to say about you or the character and what they want the character to be like?
Um,
Do you reply back
yeah,
to your fans?
I reply back to them a lot. Yeah, yeah. I I'll be going. I'll be sometimes I'll pop into their Instagram lives or I comment under their pictures, but mainly I really be in my DM because they be having me cracking up in my DM.
you know, and then when you're not on the show, and you're not taping, but people do recognize you. How do you get to be yourself? Where you don't have to worry about somebody's going to film you, somebody's going to tape you, where you can be you.
Um, really where I can really just be myself is my house. That's really where I spend majority of my time, and I really don't go outside, but when I am outside, it's not really like that. People filming me or people notice me, yeah, but not as I go to places where I know I really won't get noticed a lot. So it's like, yeah.
hmm And then what about the locks? You've had that hairstyle for a good minute. Have they talked to you about changing it up a little bit?
Nah, I ain't changing it. I ain't changing it. Oh, nah, they never really told me change it either. So it's like this is my signature look, and I guess they want to keep it because you I don't think there's anybody in the game right now that acting game with locks. So it's like this is new.
Mhm. And then at the end of the day, obviously, since the pandemic, a lot of us have been watching a lot of TV,
Mhm.
and there's, unless it's a Marvel movie or a Disney movies, no one's going to the theaters like that in droves.
Yeah.
So like now with this show, it's great because people can catch up.
Mhm.
Because there's a stability there. Some of these shows don't last, like you said, in 1 or 2 seasons. But for a new audience who's now tapping into it because they're like, oh, let me go back and start watching it because it's on and there shows a little stability. What do you tell them in terms of like when you meet somebody or somebody meets you and they don't know what you're doing and says, I'm on a show called The Shy, it's on Showtime. What's the best way of describing what the show is?
Um, I say the show is about Chicago and not what the media shows. I say it's really about how really how Chicago is, not just the negative, but the positive and all the great things that go on in Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful city, and it shows the day-to-day life between the characters, what goes on with them. Like violence is everywhere. So I love that the shot shows everybody that the image that the media portrays is not really what Chicago is. Chicago is beautiful. That's why I'm happy that this season is really all about love, so people can see that there's love in Chicago.
Mhm. Have you been following up with any of the sports in Chicago? The Blackhawks, the Bulls, the White Sox, the Cubs.
Yeah, yeah, the Bulls. I was rooting for the Bulls this year. They was doing good. They was decent. I kind of knew that they want to go make it to the finals, but I wanted them to have conference. I don't know if they won conference or not, but I stopped watching. But yeah, I definitely had my money on the Bulls for some games.
What do you think about Zach LaVine? He's going to stay or go?
I hope he stay. I hope he stay. Zach been balling over there. Him, Demar, they've been going crazy.
So yeah. So have you had a chance to go to the end of the games? When you do go to the games, you get good treatment, you get good seats, or you were sitting in the rafters?
Yeah, I recently went to one game sometime in the winter. I went to one game. They won that game too. So yeah, and I went with a couple of friends. So we had good seats. We was like right there by the rim, the bucket. So it was a good game.
So when you're not performing on the Shy, do you have the opportunity to try out for like other projects, whether it be a movie or a TV show? Whether it's a
Mhm.
guest episode or not?
Yeah, my agency they send me a bunch of auditions and I go in and audition for them and uh a lot of stuff like that. It's way better to audition when I'm done filming because while I'm filming, it's a lot of stuff that I can't audition for due to my contract.
Okay. Hey, keep a job. Got to keep that job going. Well, Michael, it's
Yeah,
been great talking to you. Obviously, season 5. Let's hope we can get more if we can.